Hello, it's Film Frenzy, and today I'll be reviewing the 2017 Marvel movie, Spider-Man: Homecoming. Spider-Man, the latest entry in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, debuted July 7, 2017, and stars Tom Holland as the title character. The first category I'll be reviewing is acting and character development. I'm going to preface this review by stating that this review may sound like a complete bash of the new Spider-Man movie, but in actuality, I did like the movie. It really did not live up to my expectations. So let's get started. For acting and character development, I'm going to be giving Spider-Man: Homecoming a 4 out of 5. So I thought they did an amazing job with Tom Holland. Just considering Spider-Man, it might just be the best Spider-Man character portrayal yet. I mean, they got both parts, Peter Parker and Spider-Man, correctly. He really fit the role from the comics, and they show growth as he realizes what it means to be a superhero. Like the line that Tony Stark says from the trailer about how if the suit is what you are, then you shouldn't have it. It's what the person inside is. So I thought they did a good job with Tom Holland's character. All the acting was good, but oh, and then also I guess Ned and Aunt May, I thought they did a good job with. Ned was a hilarious side relief. I thought did a great job. But the main faults are the love interest and the main villain. So I'm not gonna spoil anything here, but anyway, the love interest, she's not that interesting. She is nothing compared to MJ or Gwen Stacy, and they really did not handle the relationship that well. I mean, I saw the movie 2 days ago. I'm already starting to forget what she was like. She didn't have any defining personality traits or anything. She was just kind of there. And then with the villain Vulture by Michael Keaton, so he does a great job. He's an awesome actor. But the first scene, it showed how he's just not treated fairly and stuff. I was like, oh, this is gonna be another good Marvel villain. But then it kind of just it was so abrupt, changing into just a bad guy that I could never root for him. I saw that they were trying to make a gray villain, kind of like how Loki does, but they did Loki really well. With the Vulture, he just was pure darkness because they just made him evil right away. He should. I wish they just showed something about him caring for his family or doing something during the course of the movie to make him seem like a nicer guy. For my next category, I have direction and visuals. So I'm gonna give Spider-Man: Homecoming a 4 out of 5 for direction and visuals. There's not a huge problem with it, honestly. I thought direction-wise, he did a pretty good job. The gestures and stuff. All the humor pretty much clicked, I would say. They did a really good job with that. The montages, with the music, they were pretty good. But honestly, lots of the other Spider-Man movies had a super memorable action sequence that I can just recount right now. For example, the Spider-Man 2 train sequence, or pretty much anything with Norman Osborn in the original. But this one, it really didn't have anything that of note, honestly. I kind of forget lots of it, and I think that's a major problem with this movie that you'll hear me talk about multiple times. It's a little bit forgettable. And I also thought that how some of the other Spider-Man movies, the Tobey Maguire ones, they kind of play into a little bit of nostalgia, not too much, but some. I feel this was a super modern take that was just forget all of forget all the history and stuff of Spider-Man, and just had the super modern feel to it and all the action sequences. And it kind of felt a little bit too digital for me. I kind of like it a little bit more practical and stuff like the Captain America movies per se. So I'm gonna give it, like I said, a 4 out of 5. Not that bad, but definitely could have been better. My next category is composed of the various story elements of the film. Okay, so for this various story elements category, I'm gonna be giving Spider-Man: Homecoming a 3.5 out of 5. So starting off pacing wise, I thought the Vulture's turn to evil was way too abrupt, and that's kind of lots of the movie. It goes in these slow periods where it doesn't feel slow because there's a lot of good humor and stuff, but it just nothing really happens. It's just kind of painting a scene, and then it goes to all of a sudden something happens and it just goes back down like this for the pacing, and I was not a fan of that. And then plot wise, It's a pretty regular superhero plot. I didn't think it was too bad. There's one big reveal that I'm not going to state because I'm not going to be doing spoilers, which I thought was pretty good. But overall, like, it didn't really have its own feel to it, like the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies. It felt like it was trying to be like the Tobey Maguire movies, but without the drama. So the tone of the film kind of became just way too light. It was not grounded enough, and didn't really feel like there were stakes. Like Spider-Man, I don't think he bled a single time during the movie. Like, there was all these things that looked like it hurt like crazy, and he just got back up again. I was like, I didn't feel like I was invested in the character. I didn't feel like anything could happen to him if he got injured by the villain or anything. So that's a major problem. Script wise, it was hilarious. All the jokes clicked well. It was I thought there was a couple really good lines in there that kind of have the message of the movie about like it's what's inside that counts for a superhero. If you don't have the suit, then or if whatever the line was that Tony Stark says in the trailer, and theme wise, like I said, that's what it is. I thought that it could have been a lot better with the emotions in the movie. It was not dramatic enough. They thought the last two Spider-Man incarnations were kind of dramatic, so let's just go comical, and that's great. Guardians of the Galaxy are great comical superhero movies that show that you can be dramatic and touching also. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I'm not going to say the ending, but that ending was just very emotional, lots of people crying and stuff. I never felt like that at all during this movie. Like, what happens to Gwen Stacy at the end of Amazing Spider-Man 2, if that happened to the main girl in this, I'd be like, oh, that's too bad. But I'd just be like, okay then, this movie, you're not invested in the characters enough, and therefore I just can't give this a higher score than overall 3.5 out of 5. This is definitely one of the weaker Marvel movies, and I was very underwhelmed by it. I'm really hoping the sequel can add in some drama and keep this amazing humor to make an exciting superhero sequel. Thank you all for watching, and get ready and excited for my next video, Logan Review.